All right, this is 30 Bobolink. It's a nice quiet street. Not going to get much traffic down it. Fairly close to the base. It's a good example of a flipper home. There's a lot of stuff they did really quickly and cheaply to it. It does have a new roof. I see some roof shingles kind of peeling up, so I don't know that they did it properly. As you look closer at it, the siding looks nice. I really like the color, but it is not really professionally installed. There's a lot of lack of detail with this, like leaving of trash and bolts in the yard that you'd like to see a professional renovation having in there. Your attic access is actually right above my head right now, which is interesting. It's a little semi-attached shed. It's got some plywood rotting here. Like, this plywood needs to be replaced, but what you'll see is just put new siding up around it. So, concerns about what's underneath the siding are pretty high on my list. You'd have to, redo this yard. It's basically weeds all over the backyard. It's got AC. Presumably it works. It's getting to the point where it's going to be too cold to check it, which is unfortunate. There is a crawl space access here underneath these panels, I think. No, that's just wood. So there's no access to the crawl space underneath, which, can be problematic. And you can't see what's going on underneath your house. Again, attention to detail. They're trying to sell this thing, but you've got a leaky faucet. These are all kind of red flags for me, right? Inside, it would look a lot nicer if they actually washed the floor and cleaned up the mess they made during the renovation. They didn't do that. The appliances, they replaced the stove, they replaced the fridge. This is probably the cheapest fridge you can get. There's a dented dishwasher here that is sized for an RV, so it's not really effective. But it's got a decent looking counter, kind of cool cabinets. It's got a new slider going out back. It's the only new window in the house. Most of the other windows, the weather seal is gone on it, so they're all fogging. This one here is just flopping around in the, I don't know what this is. This is like a secondary window they put in here. But yeah, it's not well maintained. This is a really old electric water heater. You're probably going to need one pretty soon, and what sucks is they just cut the flooring around it, so you have to, whatever's new, you have to put it in the exact same space. So for example, if you replaced it when you have to with a tankless, you'd have a big hole in the floor. So that sort of stinks. Big room here, nice LED lighting up top. If you look above my head at this grate, again, I said attention to detail, right? I haven't gone up in the attic. I'm sure it's a very old furnace at this point, but there's no filter in it, and they didn't clean it out. It's like you could have cleaned it when you were flipping this thing. So, they kind of put, in my opinion, lipstick on a pig. Again, detail work. Didn't finish cleaning up your mess when you were done. These are the things that kind of drive me nuts, and they're indications of problems to come. This is a good example of what a lot of the windows look like. The thermal barrier is gone, right? So you get a lot of this fogging. It's really cosmetic, but your house is going to be less efficient at heating and cooling as a result. Same thing at this room here. The cost of repairing these windows, it's not cheap. These are, metal windows, and they're, slider style. You'd have to get a custom window made for these things. You can't just get canned windows for it. So that sort of stinks. In terms of electric, you got, interestingly enough, 200 amp service coming in, or it's labeled as such, with a lot of room left in the box. So I like that. Right? If you want to add circuits, you could. Although it's not a very big house, I don't know what you're going to add. So in any case, I think this is, it looks better in pictures than it does in real life. I have a feeling there's a lot of hidden problems in this one that the electric is weird. Like the farthest right button controls the windows to the farthest left. It just doesn't make sense. So I think there's going to be problems with this home that will show up. And then the last little thing that drives me nuts, this lock here, it's not the same key. They replaced it with two different lock sets. Oh wait, maybe, no, it's working now. It wasn't working before. Okay, it was stuck before, so it's probably a really cheap lock. So in any case, 30 Bobolink, and we'll go to the next.